Let's see. Okay, let's see. Hold on 1 second, because I really don't know when it's working and when it's not. Um, why didn't that work? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Where you at? Where you at now? Hey, okay, you guys, I am just going to trust that what I need to work is working. Say something to me. Hold on 1 second. I just want to make sure. Why is that one not working? Okay, hold on, y'all. Because I'm here by myself, so I got to make sure I get it going. Okay, 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 okay. Come on in, come on in. Hey, come on in, come on in. Hey, come on in, come on in. Hey, come on in, come on in. I said the ladies, come on in. Hey, come on in, come on in. Hey, the fellas, come on in. Hey, come on in, come on in. Hey, everybody, come on in. Hey, come on in, come on in. Because you know we party and we pray. On Spirited Sundays, I said we party and we pray. On Spirited Sundays, I said we party and we pray. Okay, on Spirited Sundays, I said we party and we pray. On Spirited Sundays. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Spirited Sundays. I hope you guys are feeling amazing. I hope your new year has been starting off with a little love, with a little rest. I hope it's been starting off slowly. I know that's what I'm tapped into right now. Because usually I'm like, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, because it's January. And right now I am like, let's flow and let's flow and let's flow. Okay? I'm your host, Spirit, and this is Spirited Sundays, where we have valuable conversations about life, about ourselves, about our perspective, and hopefully it helps to shift the way that we look at things and handle situations. And it just might give you a little insight into some things that have been going on in your life and some things that have been going on in my life. All right? So today's episode is letting it go. All right? Now, this is something that I am no expert at. I have been trying to learn how to do this for the last few years because I am what you call a burner. I will hold it in, hold it in, hold it in, and then I explode. So I am now in the practice of how do you actually let it go and release it. So that's what I want to talk about today, because I know the new year we said we like cutting people off. We're not dealing with that kind of BS no more. We're not working with that. We're not taking that energy in. We're protecting our peace. But we might enter the new year with a little bit of baggage, okay? Bag lady, you gon' hurt your back, dragging all them bags like that. Yes. So if you enter this new year with some baggage, this is for you. And if you hold on to things, this is for you too. And if you think you don't do that, this still might be for you, because if you are watching this, then it's for you, okay? So before we get into the message, we're going to get into the look. Then we're going to have our mantra of the day. So I'm still really feeling the monochromatic vibe, which is just one color. And today it's giving orange, 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 orange. You glad to see me? Yes. And so the orange represents the sacral chakra. And if you don't know what chakras are, these are the energy centers in the body. And orange is sacral, which is creativity, sexuality, pleasure. So when it's blocked, we feel really stagnant and feel really tight. And maybe we have like a lot of creativity blocks. And when it's flowing, we just feel really open to joy and pleasure in our lives. So this orange might signify that I am opening up my creativity and sending that to you. Mwah. Okay, and so for today's mantra of the day, today's mantra, let me get it for you. Ooh, dropping my baggage is the key to my freedom. Dropping my baggage is the key to my freedom. Let's take a deep breath. Dropping my baggage is the key to my freedom. Okay, so that's what we are going to be doing today. We are going to be dropping that weight, baby. Dropping these things that are holding us back. So let's get into why do we need to let go? Let's consult the notebook. Let's consult the notes because I asked for these messages not only for myself, but I also do research and I just get intuitive messages. And I am someone who is really big on trusting her intuition and trusting that what she is being told to say is valuable. And that is the same for you. If it's on your heart, it probably has some value. So trust it. Okay, so this is why we decide to let go. Because I genuinely believe that time does not heal all. Because something traumatic could have happened to you 10, 12, 15, 20 years ago. And if you're still thinking about it, that's obvious that like time didn't heal that. It's still there somewhere in your body, in your conscious. So like we actually have to let it go. This is why we let it go. One, you can't stop thinking about it. Whether it was something somebody said, somebody did, something you said or you did, it's like always replaying in your mind. And so when that's happening, it's hard for you to have clear thoughts. You feel really clouded in your mind when you are holding on to a bunch of the past, a bunch of history. It's also hard for you to have an actual clear perspective. So if, for example, you had a girlfriend and the way she looked, right? You had a girlfriend that did you wrong. And now whenever you meet people that even similarly look like her or remind you of her, you start tensing up and you don't like them immediately. That's a sign of you holding on to something. So you can't have a clear perspective about new people because you are still holding on to what that person did to you. We also let people go because we are not responding to incidents at hand. So if you had maybe a partner who cheated or lied a lot and you get into a new relationship and this person is just texting on their phone late at night, you might overreact and start blowing up. Like, who you texting? What's going on? If you got somebody else, just tell me. That might be because you were cheated on in the past and now you are like blowing up and overreacting at things. They could be texting their brother or sister right now. But because you have some unhealed baggage and some things that you need to let go of, you are now responding in this current moment in a traumatic way. Okay? Um, we also let go because people be like, "Oh, sorry, I'm just triggered. Sorry for cussing you out. That triggered me." Well, I saw a shirt yesterday that said, "Triggered is not an excuse to be an asshole." And when you have things that you have not let go, every small thing might be causing you to overreact. We also let things go because they have a weight on you, a hold on you. So it's very hard to move forward. And think about it. When it has a weight on you, wearing your mind down, it might also manifest physically. So I know when I have been sad before, I start to emotionally eat or emotionally drink. and the weight started actually piling up on my body. So when you have a hard time letting go, it might physically manifest on you as gaining weight. Yes, like sometimes things that are going on in our mind start to show up on our bodies. And so that's another reason why we're going to start letting go, because you might be sad from when you were 12, and that's when you started your love of Oreo cookies. And you ain't put them cookies down in 10 years, and those cookies have turned into 30, 40, 50 pounds on the body. Okay? That's sadness manifested. We also let go because it's just taking up too much space in our lives. We don't want to make new friends because we don't trust people no more. We don't want to fall in love again because the last time I was in love, they did me dirty and it just didn't work out. So it's just taking up too much space. We're not allowing new people or new experiences into our lives until we kind of let go and make some room. Whew, it also causes us stress. When you don't have room, when you're constantly thinking about a painful situation, a sad situation, grieving, a friendship that didn't work out, a job that didn't work out, it causes us a lot of stress. It causes us to doubt our futures. And things might be perfectly fine in your present life, but because you keep ruminating and thinking about the past, you can't even see the beauty of what's in front of you. hmm I'm talking to you. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And also, we let go because we just become irritable. We tired of that, and we are ready to be free. When we are ready to free ourselves, when enough is enough, when you are just tired of thinking about that thing, of feeling this way, and you just wake up and say, I'm done. That's also why we let go, because this is our freedom. This is for us. Now, these are some of the things that you can let go when you decide you are ready to move forward. We need to let go of these past relationships and the trust issues that came along with them. We need to let go of these past friendships. Everything and everybody is not meant to stay in our lives forever, as sad as it is, but some things are temporary. Let go of that job that you lost that you really liked or really wanted. They did layoffs. Sorry. We want to let go of those things that people said to us that were hurtful. I remember somebody said a really mean comment to me in high school, and I didn't let that go until 10 years later. So every time I looked in the mirror, I saw what that person said. And I literally was having a distorted image of myself. And so we definitely want to let go of past comments that made us feel insecure. We want to let go of past things that we have said to people. Because I know they wrong out there. But sometimes we're wrong right here. And so we have some mistakes that we have made in our lives, some choices that we have made in our lives. And like, we got to let ourselves go. We got to let that go. We're going to talk about it. We also want to let go of the things that didn't work out the way that we wanted them to. That's me. I be having my mind set on something, my vision set on it, like, oh, this is about to go just like this. And life be like, no, it's not. It's not about to go like that at all, baby. And I'm like, do you hate me? And really, that's just life. I don't get to control how things are going to turn out and how they're going to be. So I have to let go, and you get to let go of the outcomes that didn't turn out the way that we wanted them to. And we also get to let go of the ways that we used to be. Okay? So some people say, like, oh, I always been mean. I always been sarcastic. I always had a smart mouth. You don't have to if you don't want to anymore. If you have decided for something else, let go of that old story. Let go of, well, I'm a victim to this. This happened to me. So, that's why I'm like this now. You get to let that go. You get to decide that, you know what? That incident does not define who I am today or where I'm going. That is a part of something that shaped my past, yes, but it's not going to be the deciding factor in my life. And I'm not going to keep thinking that about myself, especially when it comes to mistakes that we made. Well, I'm a failure because I failed that one time. That one time I tried to do something new, it didn't work. So that's why I don't do new stuff no more. Yeah, well, things just don't work out for me. So we tell that to ourselves and then we wonder why they don't work out. You know what I mean? So we got to let go of some of the things that we're saying about ourselves in our head and some of the things that we're believing about ourselves or things that other people have said. You a liar. You worthless. You ain't never going to be nothing. And we carry that. And like, imagine how that feels. Just like, ooh, carrying this invisible backpack of shame and guilt and pain and hurt. And we just like feeling like little, little shells of who we are or who we could be. So we want to let these things go. And now we're going to get into maybe a little bit of how can we let them go? Yeah? Okay. So let's get into how we let things go. And, I have a friend, my partner, he's always just like, I let it go. I'll move on from it. And I'm like, you make it sound so easy. It's not easy for me because something small will happen and I'll still be holding on. Like, I didn't like that joke. And then 3 hours later, I'm like, I didn't like that joke. And then 4 hours later, I didn't like it. 2 days later, I didn't like it. And so I'm like, how do you just, you said something I didn't like. I decided to move forward from that. How do you do that? So I was looking online and I was asking and praying about it. Like, how do we actually let go? These are some of the things that I found. Acceptance. Acceptance in French. You got to accept that what happened, happened. I lost my job. My girlfriend cheated on me. My friend talked behind my back. I made a mistake and lost the friendship after that. Acceptance is the first place where we can just say, that happened. And then we get to accept how it made us feel. I think that sometimes we try to deny our emotions. And I want you to know emotions are not bad. So it hurt your feelings. It made you feel worthless. You felt rejected. I felt abandoned. I felt like no one cared about me. We have to accept how it made us feel. Because when we deny how we feel about something, it's like pushing it back to the head, but that doesn't make it any less true. You have been like, I ain't bothered by that. Arms all folded, chest all tight, face all scrunched up. You look bothered, so you're only saying you're not bothered, but you actually are. So when we accept that something bothered us and made us feel a type of way, that's the first step to letting it go. And let me tell you why. Because once you accept what it was and then you accept how it felt, you get to say, now, is that actually true? Although I felt rejected, am I just rejected by life in general? Am I just worthless in general or not? And you might find that it's actually not true about you. And you can let that go like, oh, when people ignore me, it makes me feel rejected. Okay, cool. I'm going to move on and let that sit over there. So when we accept our feelings and let them flow through our bodies, we get to kind of let them go. But when we deny them, we hold on to them. And I don't know if I want to be walking around with acceptance. Walking around with rejection, abandonment, hurt, grief, loss, shame, guilt, all of that all the time. But when we admit that we felt that, it just gets to be like, oh, okay. Yeah, that happened. I felt like that. And wow, I'm going to sit it over there. I'm going to let that go off me. I'm going to move on with my life. The next thing is to this is what I've been doing lately, is to choose to release it. So the reason I say time doesn't heal all is because if you don't acknowledge something, why is it about to go away? If you don't acknowledge acknowledge that termites are eating your house, why you think they about to go away? They just going to keep eating at the house until it falls down. So it's when you choose to do something about it. I choose to call an exterminator. I choose to no longer hold on to this situation. I get to release it. So that's been really important for me, is like, choose to let it go. You know what? That friendship didn't work out the way that I wanted it to. I'm going to wish them peace, love, and joy. I can't keep thinking about that. I might got new friends out there I haven't met yet. But it's a choice to move on from something. It's a choice to not let it have a hold on your mind. So I want you to think about consciously choosing that. And then, once we choose to no longer let a situation control us, we get to impart some forgiveness. And I'm going to tell you now, you are not always going to get somebody to say, I'm sorry. Child, trust me. Everybody is not going to admit that they made a mistake. They are not going to acknowledge the fact that they hurt you or that they were wrong. Everyone's not do that. But we choose to forgive so that we can just let them go. Because when we hold on to the grudge, hold on to that pain, hold on to being mad at them, it ain't hurting nobody. It ain't bothering nobody but you. And I've heard this a quote that said, anger or lack of forgiveness is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It doesn't do anything but hurt you. So we accept the situation, accept how it made us feel, and then we choose to release it, and then we forgive them or forgive ourselves, because they're human, we're human, mistakes happen, bad things happen. We hurt people, we say things intentionally or unintentionally. But without that forgiveness, we are still holding on to that weight. So we forgive for ourselves, not the other person. Doesn't mean that you're okay with what happened to you. It just means that you are ready to release it and move on with your life. The other ways that we can let go, oh, I like this, and I've done it before, is to write a letter to the person. Now, you don't have to send it to the middle, okay? Write a letter to the person, write a letter to yourself. And I write the letter, and I just let it all out. I mean, I let it all hang out, okay? I'm just like, you have me messed up when you did this and this, and you little da-da-da-da. How dare you try to, you know who I am, and now you hurt my feelings. And I was really messed up. I had to really heal from that. And write that letter, and be honest, and be candid, and be truthful, and you can rip it up and throw it away, or rip it up and burn it. But sometimes it's good to just get all the feelings out, everything that happened. Let the story out. Free it from your body. Free it from your mind. Like, it felt good. When them past relationships, it'd be old relationships I was holding on to. Things that happened 7 years ago. And I'm still mad when I think about them. I hear their name and I'm like, that's sorry, son of a gun. I had to write the letter. I'm like, girl, they ain't thinking about you. But every time you hear someone who's got the same name as them, you still mad. So you might need to let that go, sister. And so by writing that letter, it just frees so much, especially when it burns up. It's like there was all those feelings. By the end of the letter, I'm like, I'm letting you go. I'm cutting the top energetically, spiritually, physically. Cut the top. Delete his number. Delete her number. Stop stalking their page. They ain't looking for you. Stop looking for them. Okay? So let them go. And by getting those feelings on paper, it is just such a healthy way. And you can also let it out physically. One time I went to a boxing shindig. I was boxing. And I let go so many emotions. I didn't even know they picked up in my body. So I find running to be a really great way to let things go. Boxing to be a really great way to let things go. It's just like moving the body and getting those emotions out of here. Like when I was punching that, I was punching comments I heard, experience I went through, friendships, relationships. I was just everything that ever bothered me in my life. I was just punching that, punching back and punching and crying and punching and crying. But it was just so freeing and cathartic, and I just felt so much better. So let that what that boss said to you, punch it out, run it out, just free yourself and allow this energy to flow through you. And oh yeah, you know I was gonna let something go. We gonna talk about it. We might be able to talk to a friend or a family member, but you can also talk to a professional, a therapist. They are equipped to help you let some things go that maybe your family just don't know what to say when you say it. You know what I mean? Sometimes you tell somebody a story, they're like, me too. And I'm like, okay, so now what? A lot of therapists have the now what part of it. That's why they are professionals. And they're not invested in your life. They're not telling you, well, think about their feelings or, well, she's still a nice person. You know what I mean? So sometimes a little professional help works. So don't be afraid to talk about it to somebody who is equipped to help you release and move through the experiences that have been holding you down. And oh my God. Ooh, okay. We're also gonna let go by just releasing blame. Stop blaming them. That comes with forgiveness. Stop blaming them, and instead we're gonna start to find the lesson and the blessing in the situation. Because there is one. Even if it's ugly, what you went through, even if it was the worst thing in the world, maybe you can empower somebody with your story. You ain't the only one who's been through that. I know it feels like it, but you're not. So there is some type of golden nugget underneath all that crap that you can have to move forward. It might teach you what to look for in other people. And this takes time to realize, you know what I mean? It's not going to be immediate. Something horrible happens. It's like, well, that happened because I was supposed to move on to this. Like, you ain't going to think about that the next day. You might need to, move through the feelings. All of this is a process. And when you think you let something go, it might still come back up and still be bothering you. So just keep moving through the process and re-accepting and re-forgiving and re-letting it go again and again and again until one day you think about it and it doesn't tense you up inside. And finally, we're going to focus on joy and self-care as a way for us to just continue to let things go. When we are focusing on the good in life, when we are grateful for our present moment and our current situation and circumstances, that helps us to just not think about the bad, not focus on the bad. So by shifting our perspective and taking care of ourselves, if someone made you feel unloved, go love yourself. Hug yourself. Take yourself out to eat. Do something sweet for you. You know what I mean? I bought myself a really cute, simple bracelet right here because I was like, it's right here. I just wanted something sweet. I wanted to do something sweet for myself. And I was like, I like this bracelet. And I was like, you don't need that, girl. And I just walked out the store and I was like, I don't have to need it. I wanted it. And I gave it to myself as a gift. And when I look at it, I just say, oh, that's a nice thing I did for myself. Thank you. And so finding things that make you feel really loved and cared about for yourself, taking a bath, working out, deciding not to drink yourself to death because you're sad, but instead to take a workshop or a class or a new hobby or read a book. It just helps you shift that perspective and love yourself a little bit more so that you can let those things go. Okay? That's our 30 minutes. It's short, it's sweet, It's impactful. That's how we do it over here on Spirited Sundays. I hope that this message has helped you, is resonating with you. Share it with somebody who you know might be going through something silently, or they're actually telling you about it. Share it with them, especially if it's some things that's happened in the past. Let them know, you know what, I got the exact message for you to let that go. You don't need to be thinking about him no more, girl. She gone, baby. Let's figure out how to let it go. All right. I love you guys. Praying for you, giving you all my love and joy. I will be back on January 23rd, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is Spirited Sunday. We part and we pray. On Spirited Sundays, I said we party and pray. On Spirited Sundays, I said we party and we pray. Okay. On Spirited Sundays, I said we party and we pray. On Spirited a Sunday. Go have a good week. I love ya. Bye.